Last week, Manila hosted the South China Sea Dialogue. In a first, there were Taiwanese participants present at the summit. What do you think this says about growing cooperation between Taiwan and the Philippines?
We have to cooperate primarily because we are confronted with a common security challenge. In the case of the Philippines, we have issue with China over the South China Sea, and more importantly, of course, on the part of the Philippines, it's also a recognition that we also have to protect the Luzon Strait, where, of course, Luzon Strait links Taiwan and the Philippines. And there's a growing recognition here in the Philippines that, of course, if China would be able to achieve its goal of a forceful unification with Taiwan, that will have an impact on the Philippines.
Going back in the last few months or in the last year, what are some other examples of concrete cooperation between both sides?
Well, what has been constant, of course, is the cooperation between the Philippine Coast Guard and, of course, the Republic of China Coast Guard. Probably there are other cooperation happening, but I'm not privy whether there's cooperation, of course, between the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the Republic of China Armed Forces. Unfortunately, on the part of the Philippine government, especially in the past, they have basically accepted what China had basically laid on the table, the option of a one China principle rather than a one China policy. The key challenge there is how to effect a security cooperation that will circumvent, of course, or on the part of the Philippines, to recognize the fact that it's not actually implementing a one China policy, rather it's pursuing a one China principle. So the burden is actually on the part of the Philippine government, a recognition, understand that there's a nuance between a one China principle and a one China policy. That is the responsibility of the Philippines on the side of the Philippines.
How does cooperation between Taiwan and the Philippines fit into broader regional dynamics, either involving Japan, the US, or other concerns about China's actions in the South China Sea or regionally?
But I think there's also a recognition of the fact that there is a what they call the notion then that this emerged from the Japanese, the notion of a one theater, that Japan and the Philippines are the face a common security challenge in the East China Sea and South China Sea. So both sides would need to cooperate, and of course, between Japan and the Philippines is of course Taiwan.